nonprofit, profit?
So we're actually straddling both. We have our for-profit side, in which this is more personalized. This is for someone who has an individual, their spouse, their son or daughter, and they want to send a care package to them. But then we also have the donation side, in which you don't know anybody, but you want to help out. You want to help and send a care package. And then we also have a request link, in which you are a soldier, sailor, airman, Coast Guard, and you're out to sea and you don't have any friends or family. You can come and request a care package, let us know when you're going to be on deployment, and you're going to be one of the recipients that receives these care packages for donation. So actually, we're both. Yes, sir.
So for the nonprofit side, is there a amount you give and a value difference, whether maybe do they get any tax reduction for any part of what they do on the nonprofit side?
I'm sorry.
Your nonprofit organization, you donate to a nonprofit organization, you get a tax reduction.
Yes,
Is
okay.
any part of that,
I see what you mean,
Yeah.
yes. The way that we're currently working is a benefit corporation, in which our for-profit side, some of the proceeds will help go to our nonprofit side. And that's something that's helping us be able to send the 500 care packages to business. Yes, sir.
Who would be your competition out there in the marketplace, and what makes you different what you're doing from what they do?
Yes, actually, I do highlight that. In my book, there is a new company he just launched several months ago. It's called Home to Troops, and actually he has almost mirrored mine, except in that he doesn't do donations, he doesn't do personalized, and he only has 5 care packages that you do. So you can only select from those. Right now, he's my direct competitor. Past that, Amazon and GNC. Troops order for themselves. They don't really rely on their friends and family to send them things, so we do have internet overseas, and we go online and shop those too.
I noticed in one of your pictures here you had Jody's Popcorn, which is a local company. Do you request or ask some of these companies to provide you their product at cost, or donate that would go into some of these packages?
We do work with a lot of local wholesalers. We work with Jody's Popcorn, Oh My, who provides chapsticks, soaps, lip balms, anything along those lines. And we also have Norfolk Coffee and Tea and a few others. We work with them wholesale and then also for donations. Yes?
What does it cost you to make a box in general?
Sure. So it's varying costs, but for our most popular ones, the snack pack and the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it costs us about $15 a box, so we sell them usually at about $35.
So if I have a son or daughter that is engaged overseas, and I want to send them something, do I typically put a care package together and use the FBO? I'm very ignorant about this, so help me a bit. But do I use the FBO mail, U.S. mail kind of thing to get a care package to them? And is that the target market? A lot of, or if I had a brother or sister over there and I just wanted to do something for them, is that where I would use them?
Yes, yes, yes. And then the target market is individuals who have someone in the military, and then our secondary target is grandmothers, grandparents, and then
People that
past that and
right.
everything else.
Is it a pain in the butt to do all that, like you did it privately and everything, and is that maybe a value proposition that you're providing?
It is. It really is. It's one of those where, and I find it's interesting, a lot of the women are the same way, where we wait until we have a to-do list, until we go to the grocery store. So we will wait, 2 weeks. Then when we're at the grocery store, we'll grab everything, but then we might put the box, and then we have to remember to go to the post office. So it's pretty tedious, and it might take us a month to send out a care package.
Have you connected with like Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, the Officers' Wives Group, the Enlisted Wives Groups, and all the different services, so I understand what you're doing?
Yes, yes. We work with the Ombudsman's Family Readiness Groups. I host packing parties, so they can come over to my house. I provide them boxes, all the snacks. They can select and build and personalize their own at my home.
You given any thought to going to some of the annual trade associations, Army, Navy, Air Force, AU is Army USA, right? Up in DC every year, it's thousands of people. And all the corporate not all, many DoD contractors show up trying to sell their stuff. Seems like a great target. Same with Sea Airspace in DC.
I had not, but I will look into that, and I'd like to talk to you more about that if you have more
Yeah.
information.
Actually, I'm supposed to be at one right now. The NDIA, National Defense Industry Association, is having a 2.5-day meeting in Portsmouth with the Expeditionary Warfare group. So there's companies and different commands here sharing information how they can work better together. And those type of events are around our area on a fairly regular basis. So that would be a good opportunity. And I could provide you with some of the local chapter information, as Rick can too, of some of these groups.
Yes, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I was just asking, I have, in my building, I have several veterans and government contractors, things like that. And I was just wondering how, I can't personally do cash out of hand, but is there something I can do to get them to, either bring stuff in, or do you collect things? How does all that work?
Yes, yeah, we are still collecting snacks, and we have several drop-off points. They're in Norfolk, Bill, but I am able to collect here as well. I was dropping off large boxes for the past 6 months to businesses who were interested, and then once the box was filled up, I would come, pick it up, give you a receipt of the items, a letter of appreciation, and also our invitation for our packing social in November. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I just have a couple of number of questions. But how long have you been doing this? How did you get started? What's your story?
Sure. We have officially, I keep saying we.
Tell them about it.
You know,
You're a team, honey.
Troopster's been up and running officially for a year now, but I've been working on it 2 years beforehand. I was on a fairly difficult deployment. It was my 7th ship, 5th deployment, and it was one of those where we were doing pirate operations, and because of the area that we were in, care packages had been delayed, and it was just morale was down. By the time we got these care packs, I was so excited, and I opened it up, but everything had gone bad. My mom had made all these great, I could tell she put so much time into it. She made home-baked cookies and threw chocolate in there, and it was just terrible. And I still tried to eat the chocolate. You get desperate. And just that night, I started looking online to see if there was something that would have made it easier for her, and I was surprised that there wasn't anything. There wasn't any website that would make these care packages that would be able to get to us.
So what steps did you take? So you got this idea. What steps did you take? How did you know what steps to take? And then the last question is, who put together this marketing piece? It's mind-blowing.
Thank you. Actually, that was me. Prior to the military, I built campaign books for companies. So I worked with AT&T, Verizon, State Farm, Coca-Cola a little bit. Yeah. So it just worked out that I had the background for it. So once I realized that there was a need in the market, I started doing my research. This is my newest business plan. I had one prior to that, of course, and I put together everything. Who my target market? Yes.
The colors,
the color scheme,
the pictures of you. I love them.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
They're great.
I've been trying to improve my social media.
Oh man, they're great.
Maybe an obvious question. You said you're a photojournalist in your day job.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Do you give the option for folks to send pictures with all these care packages?
Yes, sir, I do.
Cool videos?
No videos
Good
yet.
Lord.
Still working on that.
Yeah.
So I know I got distracted with that amazing piece, but so what were the steps? How did you know what to do? How did you know, where you weren't an entrepreneur before, I'm guessing, but
I was not.
So how did you know what to do, and what did you do?
Sure. Veterans Business Outreach and the Small Business Association. I have a huge binder of printouts from the SBA. I knew that I needed a business license and passed past that, I was in the dark. I knew how to do everything in theory, but I had never actually put it to use. Usually I would tell people how to spend their money, and I had never done it myself. So that was certainly a learning curve. Scope, Veterans Business Outreach, like I mentioned, they helped me a great deal in setting me in a direction. Once I knew who I was targeting, what I was going to need to do, what my website was going to look like, it all snowballed from there.
So right now, I'm guessing you're working out of your home, or do you have a space?
I am working out of my home.
And then how are you reaching out to people? What steps did you take to get started? Who did you reach out to first?
Networking groups. Does anyone know Laura Henderson, Disconnect, by chance? Okay. I actually met her when she was just getting started. She was just moving the Disconnect. I think there were 20 of us who were with her at the time, and she was an amazing asset. She helped me build word of mouth. She was the one who showed me the power of social media, of Facebook. So initially it was all word of mouth. It was all networking, meeting people town, going in front of the commissary, handing out flyers, just really a lot of groundwork. And then past that I moved on to promotions, Facebook, Pinterest. I had a lot of sales from Pinterest. 84% of my sales come from Pinterest, buyable pins, and it's just grown from there. Help, resources, yes sir.
So you said a lot of this is in your home and you have active parties. Outside of that, have you done projections to see what scaling looks like for you? How do you go from your home and friends helping out to something that's happening more frequently throughout the week, and then how does that impact your numbers?
Yes, I have. Actually, I just recently did that. Because it's still new, it's really hard to get a correct estimation for it, because right now I'm only doing very little marketing. When we did about $100 worth of push promotions, we ended up having a spike of $700 in sales. So if I were to use that, I'm calculating that my ROI for, let's say, $30,000 would be to a grand scale, to an unknown number. Because of that, I am looking at potentially partnering, I have a plan in place for marketing, what it would be, and where it could be within 1 to 3 years.
That's good that you're projecting out. My question was really in the sense of the logistics and, like acquisition. How are you going to acquire these at a larger rate? Storage, how are you going to store this at a larger rate? Fulfillment, how are you going to fulfill this? How are you going to carry it to the drop-off point, stuff like that? Have you thought about how those will affect your numbers?
Yes. So USPS actually picks up from my house. If it's from 1 to 100 boxes or more, they will always pick up. So I can schedule that anywhere from daily to 2 days or 3 weeks. So I can schedule that, and I've considered that for logistics. Right now, I don't have a large inventory on hand, so right now I'm not really eating those costs. But if we were to scale up, it would be a matter of getting inventory there. Past that, I have a operating manual for how we do it. I have how to build the boxes. I have a manual for what goes inside every care package and how to do every single step. So I have everything in place for when we do scale up, when we need that inventory, for when we need the buildings, for when we are shipping at a larger scale, and I have more employees. Well, thank you. It's been a lot of work. Yes, sir.
You're currently active duty. Is future deployments going to be a jeopardy to the business? Go to another location?
No, sir. So I actually waited until I was stationed on shore duty to launch. I had everything in place a year before I hit shore. For those who aren't military or Navy, the way it works is for my rates, I spend 3 years at sea, and then I get to spend 3 years ashore. And they are like night and day. When I was at sea, I was Navy Public Affairs, and I mean, I was every single day for 3 years. I was writing a story, pushing out 10 photos. I was all over the place. I traveled the world. I lived in 13 countries. deployments, and it was every single day. And now on shore, it's great. it's my relaxed time. They are kind enough to give me, plenty of leave between events such as this, really build business. So I still have 2 years left on shore, and past that I'm really considering the reserves, depending on how Troopster goes.
Okay, so the 2 years, then reserve, that then relieves you from
Yes.
time and then
Yes, sir, it does.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You partially answered my question, but have you worked out any special arrangements, or you said you shipped through USPS, but have you approached any other shipping arrangements to get either more efficient delivery, or can it only be through USPS because it's FPO, or I'm just wondering.
No, I
Because you said
understand.
one time it took so long for you to get it, which was the genesis of this, but there have to be issues, logistics, so.
So it does, it has to be USPS, and actually they deliver it straight to the military post office. So you can never bypass the FPO, which is the Fleet Post Office.
Okay.
You can never bypass them. Although I hear Amazon is trying to. So I've heard they're trying to do something big with that. But really, that is the most direct way.
If Amazon does succeed, would you be able to partner or look into partnering with Amazon for this?
I would look into that. Yes, sir.
Have you considered other populations of people that are in a deployed situation, such as energy development, Peace Corps, things like that, other than military?
Yes, I have. Actually, a few months ago, we sent out a box to Peace Corps. Peace Corps is a very interesting animal. So with the Peace Corps, they are being sent to areas which, they don't have a postal system the way we do. And when I say we, I mean military, the way the military does. And so a lot of times, the box will show up, and it's not really to an address. I think the one we sent it to was the third house on a very unique name street. It was along those lines. But a lot of times these boxes end up being stolen because they're just there. There's no way to manage it. So we did try to do that, and we might try again in a different manner. But yes, to answer your question shortly, yes. It's interesting. Yes, sir.
Well, I just wanted to, before the time is up, that extremely professional, very, very impressive presentations. I wish you well. I think it's an incredible business that you started, and I think it really has a lot of potential to kind of, because there's a lot of people that just want to do something and they don't know how. So, as far as your presentation is concerned, I would just say that if you ever get called on again, this 6-minute stuff is really tough, I understand. But if you get called on to do a 20-minute, that first story you told about being on the ship and everything like that, to lead off and tell a little bit about yourself and then lead into your business and where that kind of was born from and everything, I think is a great way to kind of structure your talk going forward when you meet people. But I just wanted to kind of give you a lot of credit for the business.
Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Yes, sir.
Where are you at in the business now? Are you feel like you're at a stage where you're still looking to build a foundation? Are you spreading awareness, or are you looking for capital to scale? Where are you at?
We are now to the capital to scale, the growth. Past the foundation, we have, found the system that works, boxes that work, so now it's just expanding. Yes, sir.
I was asked, what is it you need to grow?
Yes, sir, and no.
What's the market size?
As far as my demographics or for growth or,
For your target customers, 100% market size.
it is, I have the numbers actually in there. So right now, because my target market is the family members and only 1% of that is there. I seem to think that it's still in the millions range. But then if you expand to the donation side, the donation industry is a billion-dollar industry. They did $37.3 billion last year. So if you include that market size, it's to an unknown number.
Right. Okay.
I'm sorry. That was a gentleman. Yes.
Well, you said that you have problems knowing that the delivery, package is being stolen. Do you have a way of tracking that it is delivered and it got to the right hands?
That was only for the Peace Corps.
Okay. So do you have any problem with that?
We haven't yet. My contingency for it is there are always hubs with the Peace Corps in every country. They have kind of their home office that they check into. So what I'm considering is just sending it to their home office for them to go and pick up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my contingency, but I haven't put any plan into, I haven't moved forward with it yet.
Okay.
Just looking down the road, are you entertaining thoughts of going international? Because there are military all over the world that are deployed from, say, France or UK or something, and because you're online.
Yes, ma'am. That was one of the first things that I thought of, but I know that I have to go slowly, right, and make sure that it works here, and then, yes, I would move forward. Because personally, I love working with all of the other military branches of other countries, and I would love to be able to help them the same way.
Is it possible that command leadership would actually promote something like this to actually for a morale building, or is it always the ancillary society, the other groups that just have to come through? I mean, I just don't know if there's any precedent for that, but, if I was a leader, it'd be a really cool thing for people to kind of just know that this is the place if you want to support your troop, that kind of thing. Is there?
Yes, it is, and actually it's already happened. I have received multiple emails from, actually just recently from Marine leaders who had noticed that some of their Marines had never received care packages. So they found us online, and they had ordered multiple donation boxes for their company.
So my question is, so let's say I go on and order a box. How long does it take until it ships? Because it looks like there's all these different items.